Alright, and here we go. Hi guys. Hopefully you guys are having a great Wednesday so far. Or however the case may be. And if you're not, because not everybody has to have a good day, hopefully I can make your day better by providing some chill atmosphere and you can hang out with us. So basically, gonna be continuing working on the piece that I was working on last week, which, if you were not here for that, is basically an overloaded milkshake. Which overloaded milkshakes are essentially basic milkshake with various things on top to make it a lot over the top than what a normal milkshake would be. So yeah, that's what we are working on. I think I've kind of decided on colors to a degree. We will see if anything has changed, although I think I want to add a wee bit more in line art and then continue with the flat colors that I have hanging out in there. Also, I finally started on the Hexy Puff blanket, which this gets into the crafty side of things. Hexy Puff being what basically stuffable in the round hexagon, basically, if that makes any sort of sense. But yeah, I finally made one, which I did the Kitchener and stuffed it this morning, which it helps to have about half a pound of polyfill hanging out in one's closet to do that, so there's that. Yeah, I started that. Did another one now that I know what the heck I'm doing, because I always forget to make one left and make one right. Which I swore I had a screenshot of what to do, but I can't find it. I must have deleted it at some point, which very much annoying, but sounds like me. I probably thought, hey, I didn't need it, and now it's like, great, now I need it and I can't find it, but Doodle exists. Hilariously, the one that I stumbled upon was tin can knits, which I was like, that works. Which I say hilarious because tin can knits does a variety of patterns and stuff. I didn't realize she had the whole make one left, make one right, but given that comes up in a variety of patterns and that sort of thing, it makes sense she would have that little thing being like how to do the thing, which that helps a lot. And also my first one probably looks a little bit wonky. I used the tweed yarn, which I told you I was going to use the extra to make it Hexy Puff, which I used my size 1 needles to make sure the stuffing wouldn't come out, so... And it seems to work just fine, so I'm glad for that. But yes, other than Hexy Puffs was in the midst of working on Jane Wayne's stitch marker order. Now that I know what the hell I should be doing, which that was my own fault, because I'm pretty sure she had told me, because it sounded familiar. I was like, I should know what this is, and then it was like, oh yeah. So I'm pretty certain she told me at one point or another, and I just forgot what the actual shades of purple should have been, which is why I like to clarify and double check things. But yeah, so now that's on its way. I'm like more than halfway done with that, because those don't take me terribly long. It's just more I was working on other things. And what else? Oh, let me make sure I... Although, I could use the mouse. The mouse would probably be better in this instance. Oh. Get that tab. Also, not sure why my computer is very cranky right now. Because I started doing the, hey, let's sound like I'm a jet engine waiting to take off, which is not always the best sign. Which I had to close the stream that I opened up on another tab while I was doing other stuff. But it's still very grumpy at me, so I suspect it might be the fact that I opened Krita, which Krita plus Discord app on the laptop is a bit of a memory hog, so I'm not surprised. Yes, this has way more memory than my previous laptop, but still, I imagine those two take up a good chunk of what the memory is on there. Anyway, other than all that, not terribly much to update about, so let's get into the art stuff and things. I minimized that, that's why that wasn't showing up. There we go. I was like, that's be blank, but I remembered I minimized it, so that would certainly explain things. Also, hopefully my neck won't be angry by the end of today like last time. So, as you can see, I did fill in the colors also. There we go. I was like, why do we still have the fill tool in here? Because I didn't switch back to this one. That would certainly help. Alright, let's see. Donut is this layer. Yeah, cake and donut, yeah. Remember that in there. Which I sloppily, well, sloppily for me, filled in the what I wanted the colors for each thing, just so I have an idea and be able to clean out the edges. I didn't feel like pulling out my tablet, because again, I was feeling lazy at that point in time, so that is why. Also, I think this pencil, right? Yeah, this pencil tool is what I want. Although I don't think I need terribly much. In here. So I want to provide at least a little bit of space in some places that you can tell, you know, it's a donut. Oops, that went down way too far. I don't need enough. I don't need a ton, rather. I just need just enough to convey that. Also, that looks like, yeah, that somehow got... Probably during the sketching phase, I probably did that and didn't notice. Which it happens. And just cleaning little bits here and there. Okay, let's get these little bits. Why? I'm trying to be as light as possible so I don't erase lines there. Which I have not drawn anything today yet, so this is honestly kind of my warm-up. Which it's not terrible. So far. Not that I need it to be perfect or anything, and no, don't do that. Alright, and let's see how I feel about sprinkles. I might change what the sprinkles look like. Possibly. There we go. Maybe with a little heart one or two. Not quite. Or rather, I could do the round ones and not do those. Hearts and round ones would probably be the best idea for right now. Yeah, it's not round enough. Alright, and let's tilt this around. Oh, how about, if I just tilt this and avoid doing that weirdly? There we go. That would be smarter. Just gonna, yeah, it's a little bit too thin. I literally can already feel I think I'm looking up a little bit. I might have to pull this thing down. Honestly, no matter what after a while, I think it's because this is higher than how I'm seated. Like, I might need to have a chair that I could be able to raise, or else this is just gonna keep happening, and my neck is just gonna hate me after 3 hours. Just very much not helpful. Maybe that right there. Almost there. Okay, that's better. Alright, so I'll leave that like this for now. And then basically start out cleaning the flat colors I've got going here. Which, as you can see, it's a bit browns and reds, which that'll blend into each other, so that's why I added a bit of light purple to make it break it up and give it some contrast a little bit here and there, which I'll likely be adding the same color onto the donut for the frosting. Again, too much of one color is gonna make everything just kind of like blend together, which is not what you want. Let's see. Oh, it should be this one. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Uh, and I think, yeah, I'll just tilt this canvas a little bit. Make sure that's actually how it's supposed to be. Hey, Celadon, how you doing? Also, am I in the wrong? Yep, that would be why. That explains a lot. Let's turn this back here and go back to the other side. And basically undo all the filling in I just did. Okay, yeah. Alright, and there we go. Hopefully you're having a good Wednesday so far. I'm here just doing my usual arting. I like filling in the flat colors that I've currently chose for this, which might change here and there. Drink some coffee. Ooh, coffee! Also, very much somehow a mosquito decided to make it inside the house and decided my left leg was its chew toy, so I have 4 more mosquito bites than I did this morning, so that's fun. Welcome to... Fair enough. Alright, and... That's what I thought. Alright, I feel my neck starting to get a wee bit stiff. That's fun. But again, I figured this was gonna happen because, again, me and the laptop are slightly different heights, so I literally have to, like, automatically just crane my neck just to see. Which is very much not helpful. Which, given this thing can't be any lower, I would need my chair to be taller. Or at least sit on something to make me even height with this thing. Almost there. There it is. And so let's get that little... Alright, that's fine. Oops. Alright, and mostly cleans that up. Goody, I hear a leaf blower. Which means I will probably have to shut the window at some point. And that is there. Alright. Alright, save that for now. And there should be... Yeah, I'll be closing this window because it is passing right by my window. I really do hate when those goddamn landscaping people show up over there. Annoying. should have just preemptively closed it, but I'm usually not paying attention for when they show up. Get that little crevice there. There's gonna need to be shadow there, there. But we're probably not gonna get into that today, or at least if we do, it'll probably just be starting. Oops. I am pondering if this is too dark of red, but I very much would rather this contrast with the cake next to it. So probably a good idea. To have that be darker shade of red. And oof, yeah. Already, I literally feel it. It's like, not sure I like this. Which it hasn't been that long, has it? Oh, not terribly long. At least not for this anyway. Oh, that's the upper layer. Never mind. It's literally just this and this on this layer. Which I think the can't do bar is pretty much alright. Yeah, just a little get the filled in here. Where you go? And then I was thinking the things next to the chocolate right here, thinking those should be cannoli, but I would need lines, which lines are not a problem. Add those in. Just more of a, I'm not sure I like the shade of brown. Definitely feels like it has an orange tinge to it, which I kind of prefer that orange. If I get too light, it's gonna go back into the orange shade. Although, let's see. How do I feel about this shade? I It feels more orange than brown, I'll be real. Okay. I do this. I don't want it too dark either, because I need that to stand out from in between. Ugh. I hate shades. It doesn't help this is in CMYK, just because I would have a little bit more versatility if I were using RGB, but given I want to put this on Redbubble, it's smarter to do a CMYK for this, just because that's what they print in. That's what I thought. That's that. And there it is. Alright. Although I think that's the... Yeah, that pencil bit is a little bit further up. No. That's not there? Okay. Interesting. I want to erase that little bit, and that looks like that color. Unless it's further up than that. Nope. How about here? Oh, it is that one. Interesting. Alright, and some line going through there. Also that little bit of line. Yeah. That's better. A little bit better anyway. Let's see. Alright, so that's the outer room, which we already pretty much cleaned, although probably stand and make that a little bit more even, but I'll come back to that. Let's see. This one. Yeah, back here. As I had it mostly brown, and then I was just like, you know what? This could be red velvet, so I can do that and, you know, have a color break up the brown going on here. Although, let's make that smaller. I see that little bit peeking out of there. And watch where this is going. And a little bit right in there. Oh, I think I know what the problem is. I guess given... Yeah, it makes that like a little bit underneath there rather than in front, but... Eh. Hey, Jane! How goes? Well, guess that means I am doing my art right. I am filling in flat colors here, which I'd already done it mostly a little bit sloppily just to see what everything looked like. And now I'm just cleaning that up a little bit. Also, how are you doing? How goes your Wednesday? How are the kittens? Hope we're all good. Let's see. I might tweak the color a little bit more. Napping at the thaw. I mean, yeah. Kittens nap a lot in a day. I mean, cats are usually asleep for like a good solid portion of their day. They're just roaming around for like, say, just a few hours, but they sure as heck make a lot of trouble in that short time span. To do that. And then, yeah, my neck's starting to stiffen up quite a bit. Alright, I forget which layer the straw is, because I think it's up here that I did that. Yeah. Alright, so. And then. I'm still not fully convinced on colors. But I want to make sure it's not like too samey. Well, still not like from a dish. Requires attention. Hopefully she will get there. Oh yeah. Which, this is mainly because the laptop's higher than me, so it's like I'm kind of required to crane my neck a little bit to look at the screen properly, which is not helpful. Clearly. Which I would just need the thing to be lower or be able to be higher, so then I'd be even with, you know, even with it, so I could stop craning my neck and making my neck angry every single time. Aw, hopefully she will actually do the eating. Let's see. Now with this, which, yeah, I think I might do this also as that. Or I could do it as a pink. Let's see, overview, and let's go back to I don't think I want like a really punchy pink. I want something a little bit lighter. Don't need it super dark either. I didn't realize I had would have that bit of glass open. But it's not terribly much. We might have... Aww! Kitten camera! That's adorable. Oh, also, I finally started Hexy Puffs and stuff. I made one and stuffed it this morning, so... I guess that's a thing now. I literally have another one almost done while I was sitting here earlier. So that'll be a thing. I had to remind myself to make one left and right, which... It's not difficult. I already stuffed the first one. It's hanging out in plastic bag. Second one is on the needles because I think I'm about done. I would just have to stuff it. But didn't take me terribly long. I feel like hour and a half, but that's mainly because I'm watching stuff while I'm doing it. And it's not that difficult. You do a cup, you increase one round, and then do 2 plain knit rounds and do that a couple of times, and then you basically just do the opposite on the other end, which is like decrease. Knit 2 times, and then basically you get your hexie puff. Which I'm using size 1 needles because I'm using sock yarn. Because I have a lot of sock yarn, so again, this is going to be something I will probably be sitting around for a while. Which, that is fine. I'm in no hurry to finish. Ooh, there we go. Alright, I'm gonna zoom out, which I have a preview thing right here, but given I don't have the thing full screen just so I can see chat, I basically have to zoom in and out. Also, I missed a spot right there. There we are. Okay, yeah, that pops a lot. I honestly feel like I might want to change that color. That, or... Which, speaking of blog posts, I saw Tin Can Knits had one, and which I wasn't looking for Tin Can Knits specifically. I just happened and I saw where it was from, and I was just like, that's hilarious. Increase to lean into. Fair. Also, another thing is the whole where you pick it up, where the front's facing you, that's or rather facing to the right side. That's a right increase. And then facing to the left, it's a left increase. Alright, let's see if I can get this a little bit lighter. I feel like that's a little bit... I left through the front door for me. I'll be right back for... Huh. That is certainly an interesting way to put it, and that's certainly helpful. And yeah, I feel like that's a little bit better. I'm not usually in such light colors, but I feel like that's more appropriate. Well, it depends how much shade. But given the rest of this is this bluish purple, I feel like that pink would stand out, so I'm wondering if I should just change the rest of this to this pink as well to give some level of cohesiveness to it, or at least darken it a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, because that fuchsia's like a bit too dark for my liking. Let's see. Rim color. Or I could change this into a purple. It's just given purples are a little bit difficult to get to show up correctly. And CMYK is the main annoyance. Oops. Okay, a little bit lighter. I don't want it to be the exact same color, but I want it to be close enough. And let's zoom back in and fix this because I knew I went over. Oops, and there. Do that, and that's why I love being able to lock layers like that. I don't have to worry about going over the line for some things. Let's see. Where is this? Okay, yeah, here. I would like an off-white here. Or even a pink. Oops. That one I didn't mean to move. This is the one I want to move. And then you keep going a little bit lighter than that. Although, I feel like this would be better. And something like that. Let's see. I don't want it to be full-on white, because I feel like full-on white would be, like, a little bit too much. I went outside the lines, so I am just gonna zoom in just a wee bit more. There we are. Yeah, pressure's a little bit too high on the pen, which is why. And alright, once I'm done filling this, well actually no, it's probably not going to take me that long. I might be able to do a little bit more tweaking and then I'll take my first break so I can give my neck a little bit of a rest. I think I'm missing another one on the other side, which, yeah, I can see it right there. And there we go. Oops. Yeah, that one I'm gonna have to be a little bit steady. And go, because I don't want to overshadow that. And, whoops. No. Come on. Yes. Why? Alright. That works, and yeah. Let's see. Although I'm wondering if I should, how would I feel about that filling being a different color? The same off-white that I'm, oh, whoops. I am not using paintbrush. That's the eraser. Whoopsie. That would allow that to get broken up just a wee bit more. Okay, yeah, that works. Now, still need the color on the bare spaces on the donut, and color in the pretzels. That's gonna, oh yeah, you had mentioned that. Good luck! Although I know sometimes jury duty is sometimes you sit there all day, they don't call you, and then you go home. Because I experienced that the last time I went to jury duty, so... yeah. That literally could be what happens. Depending on things and stuff. Oof. Yeah. Plus I know you have to go stupid early, which is also unhelpful. Which I hope you have a good enough coffee for that. Don't mind me, I'm stretching my neck a little bit for a break because doing the thing where it's like, hi, I'm very offended you've done this to me for an hour, so... yeah. Alright. Well, yes, there's that. At least you're not the one in court for whatever charges they are appearing in court for. That is true. Alright, I'm gonna go take my break mainly, so again, my neck doesn't hate me. I will be back in the usual 10 minutes. Totally feel free to play the Plinko game on the Be Right Back screen. Also, just a reminder, we do have stream points if you would like to play around with them. Channel points, stream points. Well, technically I'm not wrong, given we have Floof. Which, if you want to bet the Floof, totally feel free to do so. And I will be back in the usual 5 to 10. Hopefully no one will bother me in that time zone. In that time. Usually I'm not lucky in this. There we go. I'm back. Hello. I exist. Let's see. I want my neck to not be craned at a very annoying position, and it seems to be alright for the moment. Although I imagine by the time I go and take break again, it's gonna be very annoyed at me once again, so... small comforts, I suppose. Also... save this. Da-da. Let's see. Is it this one? Okay. Yeah, that one has a straw. Alright. Change color. And then, oh yeah, pretzels. I need to figure out what that brown is gonna be. Which I do think it might be similar to what this brown is for this. Somewhat similar. So, that's gonna be a thing. Oh, also I forgot the Hexy Puff. I went go and grab. Which it exists and it is squishy. Which I stuffed and did the Kitchener, which, yeah, honestly, really, I can't really tell which side is which, although, based on my eyes right now, yeah, you could actually kind of tell, but not terribly so. Well, which, this used all of the tweed that I pulled from the socks that I'd put a little bit too much lengthwise in, and then actually had to go get this yarn specifically out of my very large, what's its face? Plastic tote, there we go. Out of my large plastic tote, just because I was like, oh, I don't have enough. And that was only like a little bit more I needed. But it works. So we have this one. I have another one in blue topaz, that very obnoxiously bright blue. That one's pretty much done, and I just need to stuff that and then Kitchener it, so then I'll have two done. Which I have, like, you know, enough tons of scrap. This will actually work out pretty well, and I might use those alpaca. I have those alpaca yarns. It'd probably be fine to use those for. Let's see. I think okay, I was like, I thought I picked that up, but I wasn't sure. Let's see. Okay. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, so I'm gonna actually have to erase this here. I thought that was this color, since these are two similar-ish colors. That's why I thought that was already there. Alright, so that goes here, and then how about I actually use, you know, the actual brush? That'd be great. You know. So I don't go over that. Alright, and how about I don't do that? That's better. Alright. And let's see. This color. Ah, that might be why. Yeah, that does work pretty well as a pretzel, although that is way out of line. So I'm gonna need to zoom in just a wee bit. Oops. And also figure out what color I want these sprinkles. Do. And oh, yeah, that would have been better if I just... No, how would I don't... There we are. Ah, that's why. That's too big. Also, I think I need to move the glass down a wee bit further. Where's the glass? That's what that is. Alright, so this needs to come down a few levels so that stops being in my way. Yeah, there. That's much better. And let's get that overview back in. Also, it helped to be on the right layer. There it is. Alright, I see spots there. And how many more? 2 more. Okay. Last pretzel. Let me... Yeah, I realize I know I'm like outlined in several places. But those are easily fixable things. Alright, and speaking of, now let's do said fixing. Alright, then get back that color, although I'm not even sure if that's the proper color I want to use for this, let's be real. This is more like the tentative color I have going on right now. Alright, and let's move over. And next one. Okay, that one wasn't that bad. My main thing is going to be figuring out the texture for the ice cream. Alright, and alright, and I think that's the last one. Oh, mop. And let's see. And also, this feels similar to this. Yeah, pretty similar. Why I'm not fond of it. Alright. Fill in that little space. Okay, I think that's good. Oh. Leave that one over. How is that? Oop, no, do not send this mouse to the floor. Hi, girl November, how are you doing? Figured you had wandered off when I said hi before. So you popped in during the break. Let's see. Go to this layer. Oh, wrong thing. I want brush. No worries, I figured you were busy. That's why I was like, if you're lurking, meh. Like, given how much I lurk in your channel, I am like the least offended person here about it. Oh, also, started out made a Hexy Puff for that Hexy Puff blanket thing, which this is stuffed in Kitchener, so one down, however many to go, till I make a me-size blanket thing. Which, these are in size 1 needles, so it's gonna be a while. Which I have another one on needles already. Just about finished. I just have to stuff it. Which I guess having half a pound of polyfill comes in handy in this situation. Right. That too. Alright, and I literally already feel my neck starting to do the thing, so oof. Yeah, like right there. Not even like, it is right about there. And let me fill in this little bit and show you what I am currently working on art-wise. I thought I was gonna switch to something else, but I was like, eh. Which you can see in the preview, but I figure larger size would be very much helpful. I presume you're familiar with one of those overloaded milkshakes. Decided to draw one of those. Also, oh yeah, my neck. Right there. Which, I am not content with the color of this. I am definitely gonna lighten it up a little bit. Lighten or darken it. Basically think regular milkshake, but with a whole bunch of extras. Like, you know, like full-on extras. Like, say, giant cookies, literally a slice of cake, a whole bunch of stuff. I think there is like a restaurant in New York here that's like their thing. Overloaded milkshakes. I forget where. I saw it in the Food Network once. I do not remember the restaurant in question. How about this? So it ties this in a little bit more. And here. But yeah, I'm just in the midst of flat colors. There will eventually be shading, but more than likely that will not be today. I'm in no hurry. This will be something I put in the red bubble at some point. Once it's done, hence why I'm doing this in CMYK rather than RBG. But CMYK is a bit more printer friendly. And RGB is more for, like, you know, screensavers and things of that ilk. Careful. Oh yeah, boo laundry, but laundry is also necessary. Alright, so these like that, and then use the darker purple that I have hanging out in this donut. My only annoyance with CMYK is the fact that it's certain shades of purple it has a problem with. I'm always doing laundry. Fair. That is also an us thing at times too, so that is a mood. It's like, didn't we just do laundry? Too bad. We're doing laundry again. Also, a mosquito somehow got inside and used my left leg as a chew toy, so I now have 4 more mosquito bites than I started this morning with, so that's fun. Yeah, I was sitting in bed, this is before stream, and then I was like, why is my left leg itchy? And it's just like, no, it's just small little patches, and it's just like, I'm inside minding my own business. It'd be one thing if I were outside. Inside is when I get truly offended when it happens, because it's just like, but I am inside. I done nothing. How dare you? Alright, and last one of those. Alright. Yeah, it's fine. I think me sitting here focusing on something that is not my leg is making them not itch. And it's literally just like the full length of my leg. It was like, are you just bored? Oh well. The downside of summer. Let's see. Let's see. Line and on the flat color there. So, yeah, I haven't colored those in either. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I could use... Yeah, I think this white might actually be a little bit better. Some places. In comparison to that darker purple. Although I feel like I should work at least a tiny bit of pink in there. Like, maybe make those pink. Which pink is still not my favorite color ever. I don't hate it, but not my favorite color. But I feel like that would be a bit more cohesive. Plus, I don't want too many things the same color. Also, which layer is this? Okay, good. Brett's layer. Awesome. Sometimes I forget which layer I'm on, even though I have the labels layered. Layers labeled for that reason. Great, we've already hit the I can't speak portion. That's great. Although I think that's more of the fact that my neck is annoying me than anything else. Which, that is only because of the height difference between the laptop and myself, thus forcing me having to crane my neck upwards to look at this thing. Which, even if I had this thing flat, that would still be an issue. So I just need to be able to have a chair that I'd be able to raise myself up on. As I keep saying, I think I've said this twice already. Alright, yeah. Yeah, I think I want to try those in a shade of pink. I had pink before. Maybe a little bit lighter of a pink. And let's make this a little bit bigger. That's a lot of brown. I need to break that up a little bit. Because I feel like it wouldn't be out of the imagination to have these in a shade of pink. Which these are supposed to be, cannolis. Yeah, cannolis. I didn't put the little twisty line on there. I will eventually get to that. And how about I, actually use the eraser? That would help. And that would allow me to incorporate pink in a couple of places. Yeah, pink and white would probably work on here. And that's the wrong layer, so me doing that is essentially useless. Here we go. I think I want this on another layer. Although I'm wondering if that's weird, because this feels like this might be a bit more of a warm tone of pink than a cooler tone of pink. It might be. Alright, and yeah, let me grab the white here. Which this is an off-white, just so it's not too stark of a contrast. Nope. What's the problem when I make the tiny ones like this? Filling it properly so I don't go out the lines is essentially quite annoying. Thank you! I do feel like it contrasts because purple is definitely more of a cool tone compared to the pink. Hi there. Hopefully you're not a troller, but because I'm not in the mood for that. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully you're having a good Wednesday. Here working on some digital art stuff and things, as you can plainly see. Totally feel free to hang out here and keep it pretty chill. And indeed. Alright. I think I need to a little bit the rim, maybe. Not entirely sure. Also, yeah, that bit's a little bit dubious. Okay, and okay. Then move that over. And also, let me check on this. Okay. Although I could stand to be a little bit lighter. Let's see. I can fill in these gaps in the donut here. Actually, no, that feels a little bit dark still. And replicating that golden brown color of a donut is always very annoying for me. And and oops. Oh, that's locked. Let's see. Add another layer for the sprinkles there. Which I'm doing these on separate layers just to make sure if, hey, I want to change the color, it's a lot less of an annoyance for me. I'll probably do that with the other one. This here, which I should have done before, but I didn't. Oh well. And neck. Ow, ow. Oof. Oh. I really leaned back and it was like, I don't know about this. And let's see. You want to use that lighter? How does that look? Oh, also I apparently missed that while I was down here. I must have forgotten that that was right there. Oh, so let me grab light purple, although I feel like I might want to change that shade of purple. Also make sure I go back right up to the right layer. How are other things today? Weather okay? Not bad. Yesterday the air quality was garbage, which I didn't realize until I was like, why does my throat feel like sandpaper? And also, why is my breathing weird? And it was like, oh, that had not occurred to me. That bad air quality can do that. Certainly learned it did. Usually bad air quality doesn't bother me, but I did have the windows open, so that probably didn't help matters. Yeah, today, not terribly bad. I think we're gonna be in the 80s. I think the humidity might bring it up to 90-something again. Let me check while I am blabbing. Might be. Okay, 81 and see the refill. Real feel. Come on. Come on, AccuWeather. You can do it. Real feel is 90. Called it. But yeah, not terrible. Yesterday was worse. I was just out there earlier, and it wasn't that terrible. Honestly, nah. Like, given how this summer has been, that's, like, not that bad. In my opinion, given, you know, it could be worse. Plus, there have been summers where the humidity has put it up to, like, 110. Like, last year. Oh, you have a lot less humidity than I do. Which I think makes sense given location-wise. Like, the only way that your humidity would really go up is if, you know, a storm's coming your way. I feel like. But, you know, given where we are is a lot closer to, you know, water. Around 6 feet. Oh, okay. It probably just hasn't gotten to you guys yet. Interesting. Not that we don't have our low humidity days, but more often than not, humidity is like relatively somewhat like 20% give or take. Also, I think that's about as high as it's gonna get. I'm talking about the color here. Where's the rim? Which layer is the rim? There we go. Okay, yeah, it's a little bit more gray. Oh, wrong layer. Yeah, it's a little bit gray to it. I'm trying to avoid having any, like, gray in there. I think I'll leave that alone as is for right now. Let me zoom back out and see what everything looks like right now. And back out a little bit more. And okay. Pretty good. And yeah, that bit of pink is certainly helping break up the brown in there. Which I think I need to add like a little bit of line in there. It doesn't feel like one large mass in here. Which, let me pick up this color and switch over to the pencil. Right. Like a little bit of a swirl in here for the ice cream, maybe. Okay, I was like, where's the pencil? Oh. I'm gonna clean it up, but I just want to at least get a little bit of a rough line here and there to have an idea of where I'm going with this. Plus, I'm trying to make sure at least remember that, you know, the curves of the glass exist. Have you been doing any Olympics watching, like replays giving, it's like the crack of dawn basically when most of the events are going on, so you can't really watch it live? Alright. And I'm wondering if I should put a little bit of... Yeah. Add some white in those areas. Although, I have to make sure I don't do too much too. I have watched 0. There! I had just been looking forward to a thing or two, which is the only reason why I've watched any of it. Although I might soften the edges on this one and then take out the actual lines that I've put in here to make it a bit less stiff. It's usually the winter. Oh, fair. Fair. I definitely tend to watch more of the summer stuff, mainly because I watched gymnastic stuff. Also, how about I actually put it back on the paintbrush so I paint stuff and not erase everything? That'd be helpful. But yeah, I've honestly... This is probably the third... Is this the third Olympics I've paid attention to? Like, while it's actually going on, I think third, if not fourth, which... 8, 12, 16... Yeah, third or fourth I've actually paid attention to. Yeah, other than that, let's see. Basically just me listening to podcasts as usual. I used to love ice skating at one point. Like, that was my jam when it comes to stuff on TV. Especially as a kid, because it's insane. So I totally get you on that one. Plus I realize I have to get the brown on the edge of the glasses. Let's see. Do I need... Nah. But if I blend the edges, I feel like that should be fine enough. Alright. Although at the same time, I don't want this ending up too busy either. That's my problem. Also, let me actually make sure I save what I've been doing. I I know I forget to save. Although this thing does automatically save on its own, but I like to, you know, actually save. Myself. Alright, I think we've hit the 2-hour mark, have we? Oh, we have. Alright. So I'm gonna get up and stretch, mainly stretch so my neck does not scream at me for this last hour. Probably will be by the end of the hour, but I want to at least get up so I'm not, like, craning my neck the entire time. And then come back another 5 and 10 minutes, and then waiting for UPS. Oh, you have yarn coming in, don't you? I remember you said you got an order of yarn for, you know, washcloth extravaganza, basically. Which, I am really glad you got that really huge order, because that is really, really great. Oh, so it did get there. Nice. Alright, I am gonna go take my break. Back in the usual 5 to 10 minutes, and then gonna work on this some more. Might switch to something else in the last couple of minutes. We'll see. But I'll be back. And where is... There we go. Totally feel free to do the Plinko. That's Twitch for you. Anyway, back here for the last bit of stream here, and we will see how far I get on this by the time stream's over. And let's see, I thought to actually do the thing here. There's the window. Awesome. Alright, so let me actually erase where these lines are. Down here. They were honestly just a general guideline. More than anything else. And I could just blend the edges of this and help it soften it out just a smidge. Although it'd help if I was in the right layer for that. Oh, opacity's all the way up. I don't need it all the way up, I just want it at least a little bit softened. And got this with the airbrush here. That's what's missing. Okay, I have to go find that in the large list of things I have. There we go. And I'm gonna opacity down and make that a lot smaller. So, more like I'd rather want this color just a smidge. Although, I'm gonna need to zoom in anyway. You know, those edges need to be dealt with. Which, let me make that smaller. Oh, let me actually put that on top. I don't go out the lines for now. I still have not had time to touch that wallpaper I have planned. I might save that as a thing for next month, given that this month is already over. And let's get that edge to not be that slab. What if I take out this? Whoops. I take out this one here. Make it a little less much. Maybe. And turn this down a little bit more. And mist down there. And although I feel like this should come around a little bit differently. Let me tilt this. Yeah. I feel like over there is not curved enough. So it's not curving with the rim. It's gonna look weird. And eraser, where art thou? There it is. Oops. Okay, is it still? That's weird. I really hate when it does that. I select something else and it's still on the eraser. Like it doesn't register that I've picked something else, which is really weird. And just minimize. Oop. Damn it. Of course I would drop that. There we go. And apparently thought dropping my tablet pen on the floor was a great idea. And okay. Alright, let's see. Okay, I think that's enough for that for now. I just don't want it to be too much. So let me actually add the lines I need to add for here. So I'm gonna need to pick up this color and go where that line art is. I think that's this, yeah. And get to work on that. Other way. Other way. And make sure to actually change to the pencil. Nope. Erase this guy. Oops, too much. Oh, unrelated things to anything else. A friend of mine is apparently sending me late birthday present, which is very sweet of them. Which they totally did not have to. I was just like, it's fine. In this hellscape, it is fine. If you happen to miss that. Which, this is a very good friend of mine. Known them since elementary school, so this is like not like a slight of any kind. Just forgot. So basically I have that to look forward to in the mail. I don't know when that's coming. But I'll definitely have to keep an eye out. Apparently there are candles involved. Which, don't really use them a lot, because you know the whole, if you leave them unattended, places can burn to the ground. But I like candles. Come on. That looks a little too large of a gap compared to that one, I think. Yeah, it's a little too big of a gap. That needs to get moved up a little bit. Also, that needs to be a lot smaller of an eraser. And yeah, about here. And okay, that's better. And let's go down. Like, I think just the beginning of another line there. Let's bolden these just a little bit. And there we go. And right back up, which that's not gonna be the final color. Probably just gonna be a slightly darker pink where those lines start to curl. Fire Mage! Hello! Thank you for the raid. Holy shit, Punk Pixie Blue, thank you for the raid as well. What is happening? Double raid, I guess? Hi! What is happening? You guys have a hive mind, but hello! I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope your respective streams. We were- I was like, I never get double rated like that. What is happening? What were you guys streaming? Also, welcome everybody. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Today's Wednesday, so I'm doing the art stuff, but normally I do the crafty things. For anybody who's unaware, Serena Variety Caster, way too many things. Those things including knitting, crocheting, spinning, weaving, chainmail, digital art, traditional art, and sometimes games, usually Stardew Valley. If any of those things catches your fancy, totally feel free to hang out and maybe give a follow. Ooh, Rainbow Heart Scarf. That is fun. You always come up with some really pretty things to weave. Also, and knitting things. I started that, you know, the beekeeper's quilt? I was made a Hexy Puff. I was making, yay! I remember you showing pictures of those stitch markers that you were deciding whether or not you should make them a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, anybody who, you know, interested in any of those things I rattled off, totally feel free to hang out, give a follow if you'd like. right now I am doing digital art stuff for my Redbubble shop, which if anybody wants to check out, you can do !merch. And right now, let me zoom out so you guys can actually see what's fully going on here. So if you're familiar, this is an overloaded milkshake, basically, which I'm just getting the flat colors in and all that good stuff. And so on, thank you. I am trying to, like, clean up the edges and whatnot with the flats here before I start doing the, like, shading and all that good stuff. And so I'm taking my time since, you know, no real rush to get this on there. Which is probably going to be a napkin underneath this at some point. I want to deal with this first before I even think of all that. Which I'm playing around with colors to see, you know, what I want the color about to be. And I think this is what I want right now. So I didn't want too much brown or else it'll get a little bit more muddled. But yeah, I've been working on this for a little over 2 hours and we've gotten to this point, so I might switch to something else before the stream's over, which, how long do I have? I have no clue. Oh, like 26 minutes, give or take. I've been drawing for, well, on and off since middle school. I was gonna say elementary school. Middle school. So, I've been drawing for a while. Digitally, it's been like a couple of years, so, since I got affiliated, so almost 4 years now. So, I have some semblance of an idea of how to do things at this point. I would hope. Let's see. Where is this? Gonna just clean up little bits here and there, and then see about maybe starting some shading. Where is this? There it is. I want to clean it up just a tiny bit. Oh, so it'd help if I was on the same layer. Which this is more of like a minute detail also. I just pressed on the brush just a little bit too hard. I have a bunch of different projects going on right now. Which next week, if I haven't finished painting the thing, I might see about painting that stitch marker box here on stream. Which I'm basically just reusing a box that I've had sitting on my bookshelf behind me, and I was just like, let me actually put my stitch markers in there. And it worked out pretty well. I wasn't sure if I'd fit all of them in there. And basically it's gonna be like a night sky sort of thing going on. Which if not that, I could always just do some more cards for stuff to ship out. Alright. Also, speaking of weaving, I finally started playing around with the frame loom I have sitting around here, which I realized I was like, I did not shove the thing down, so it's like a little bit spacey, so I was literally fixing that. It was certainly fun, since I have a bunch of purple Corydale hanging about that I could use. Which is helpful. Alright, yeah, that gray spot right there. Although I do want to fix this little bit of the rim here. So, flat color. There we go. And I'm gonna tilt this. Sorry for anybody who gets motion sick. Also, I think I need to clean this. Yeah. Probably need to clean the screen a little bit because I see a spot, but I'm pretty sure it's just a speck on my screen right there. Which it happens. Also, I apparently missed that little spot. Okay. So, that'll be a thing I need to go and poke at too. No worries. Lurking away. I know post stream you tend to need to run around and do all the stuff and things, so that is totally fine. Although usually for me, just more of my social batteries run out, so I just tend to lurk in the background if I happen to go into another stream. So I completely get it. Totally feel free to do the things. Let's see. Anything else I need to do around here? I think like right here. Alright, and then that little spot, which that's an off-white because usually full-on white can be a bit too much of a contrast. Okay. And... hello. There we go. Why are we not tilting back? There we go. Also, I missed that little bit of the straw, so I will get that too. There it is. And let's get the and the only shame is given the fact that I'm using a certain type of setup for this color scheme. It doesn't allow for like luminosity to it and luminous effect, although I could, you know, add it in by hand, so that is always an option. Also, let's see, take out this color here. And... oh, okay. I thought I hadn't put it in properly. But I think I just need to... oh. There. Okay. I want to make sure that bit of purple is not intruding into this color over here. And that's better. Also, my neck is quite cranky, even though, you know, I've been taking stretch breaks for today. But that is the thing with most of my art streams, just because of how my setup is, so this is a little bit higher than I am, so I basically, my neck is a little bit strained. But yeah, this is why I stretch, so my neck does not hate me after the end of 3 hours. There. I think there's like a little bit of an edge to this. I'm gonna take out line art. Yeah. And get this color so I can fix that. Oops, wrong layer. Which, even though these are both red velvet, that's a darker red than this, which I kind of did it to give it a little bit of contrast to each other, just because if it were the same red, that would definitely like create a whole block of color. I'm trying to have everything stand out to each other, but not come off like, you know, as the front piece of everything. Let's see. Let's get that little bit here. Wait, no, that's the wrong layer. I have to go all the way up for that. There. Which I'm fussing over the minor details, even though I do clean this up before I put this on Redbubble, just because, especially with certain things you print this on, every little speck matters. Especially with things like stickers. It's like you don't see a speck and then you put it up there and it's like, what is that little weird area? Oh, that'd be a spot you somehow missed. Oops. That big eraser. Also, I'm curious, was the co-streaming, is it gonna be a one-time thing, or is that something you guys are gonna repeat? And... okay, that's fine. I just want to make sure of that over here. Oh, okay, that was fine. And grab red because I see little specks of white where there's not supposed to be. Alright. And that's fine. Let me zoom in over here, because I'd kind of like half paid attention I was filling this in. Oops, did not mean to move that from there. I was just trying to adjust just a tiny bit. Oh, also, just as a thing, my affiliate anniversary is coming up early September, so that is certainly a thing to look out for. So if anybody who happens to hang out here likes to earn a bit of stream currency, which you earn by, you know, hanging out and lurking and or betting against the bot, which you are not guaranteed to win. I have plans coming up with that. Nothing major. I'm honestly just gonna do a couple of giveaways. And probably maybe do some games that day. I've been meaning to see how this laptop holds up to doing certain games. So that's certainly a good idea to see how it holds up. Well, a good time to test it and see how it holds up. There we go. Words. Alright, and... Okay, why are you not selecting? Thank you. Which, that reminds me, I need to check if the drivers for this needs to be updated. Because the drawing tablet, which, this drawing tablet, if anybody's curious, is an XP Pen G640, which, last I checked, I think, given, you know, lag time has made technology a bit more pricey. This is about $40, which I got mine for $30, so just a bit of an increase, but still, as tablets go, drawing tablets go, it's relatively inexpensive. And let's see. That's what I thought. Come on. Just getting tiny bits of cracks here and there. Which I have not fully decided like where the light source is coming from, which is pretty important because, you know, lights and shadow depends on, you know, where your light is directly coming from. So at some point, I am gonna have to figure that out. Also, uh-oh, did I? No. And where the heck is the rest of that? Uh-oh. Ah, that's that layer. Whoopsie. Whoops, I just sped down from where it was, I think, right? Yeah. Let me nudge this right back up here. And I'm gonna erase that. That color should be elsewhere. I don't want that moving. But yeah, that's the downside of having many layers. You sometimes tend to lose track of what's where. Which even if you'll label them, you kind of get a bit muddled up. And... alright, and then the line art for this should be right... yeah, there. Alright, and once I'll get this, I can clean that up just a little bit. And oh, that's creating a little spot I'll need to pick at later. Oop, and right side up again. And that's another one. Oh, that's another one too. Alright, fine. And there we go. There we go. And let's clean that up a little bit. And alright, and I missed that little. Another little speck there, and switch back to over here. Oops, and that is the wrong brush for like the 5th time. There we go. There we go. I know there's a little bit of a empty space right there, but that I can just fill in at any time. I just want to make sure everything is alright before I move on to at least starting shading. Which, how much time do we have left right now? Oh, we have like 2 minutes left, apparently. That happened quickly. Yeah, that's mainly because I've been poking at the minute details. This I don't think I need to really much more with. So, let me pick up this color, make it a little bit darker. I'm just gonna change the line art color that I've got going on here. Just for this. And see what that looks like. And ooh, move that up a little bit, although that's the wrong area. There we go. Well, I could stand to be a little bit darker in some spaces. Oh, let me put that and then... and then airbrush a little bit. Okay, I think... do I have anything else I want to poke at this for like a couple minutes, maybe? I'm not gonna, if I do stay overtime, it's not gonna be like anything lengthy. Just because my neck really does need the break. I literally feel it doing that thing it does. It does not like me straining my neck for terribly long. Like literally lean like this and it's just like right here, it's like, nope. Also, let me make sure I actually save. Because saving is important. And I hope you can, yeah, probably gonna do that afterwards. Hopefully, yeah, it does. Cause I usually stretch in between breaks and like do the thing. Which that's the main reason why I have breaks in the first place. So my body can be cranky sometimes. And it's very annoying. Alright, and... also, welcome back. Did you get your yarn yet? Hi, Mechanical Pencils. Not on for terribly much longer, but hello. How goes? Hope all is well. I don't want to push it too much, because if I push it very much, it's gonna be very, very awkward for me to move my neck for a while. Let's see. Let's move this in a little bit. Actually, I can use this brush rather. It's gonna do one of those things when you're not checking, it'll just appear. Which, that is how it is for me when the mail's coming and I'm literally checking every half hour or so, and it's just like, oh, it showed up in this small window that you were not paying attention. And it's like, gee, thanks. And maybe a little bit of a light brown in here. And a little bit lighter than that. Or further up. Adjust with a little bit of difference. That's one of those you won't really notice unless you're really looking at it, but I feel like it matters well enough. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's definitely not happy with me. Oh, make sure I save. And A little bit darker than that. Minor color for that. Where is that one, by the way? I think up here. Yeah. Where I was. So you can see changing the layer does really help, which you don't really think so at first, but it does make things a little bit better. How about now? Although it's still gonna need a little bit of shadow to make sure, you know, it looks like it's resting on top of the ice cream, but far not bad. Alright, and I think I'm pretty sure we're over, but how much? Like 5 minutes? Yeah. I think I'm gonna call it here, although I'm gonna go see if we can go raid somebody. I know there's definitely a bunch of people hanging out, doing some stuffs. Let's see. Who is around? But thank you guys for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. Punk Pixie Blue, and Fiber Mage. Thank you guys for the co-raid. I do appreciate it. Where am I? I have a face again. You guys are awesome. Let's see. Probably gonna hang out in a crafty people stream. Well, more like lurk because my neck needs a break. Lumi Celine is doing some cross-stitching, which I don't get to hang out in her stream terribly often, so I think we're gonna take it over there. Do you guys want to raid, or should I just host? Which, I know I technically have the final say, because, you know, it is my stream and all, but if you guys don't feel like doing a raid, you could always just host. And let's see. Oh, it's Howl's Moving Castle. That is gonna be awesome. I wasn't sure what she was cross-stitching, but Studio Ghibli is a draw every time for me. No matter what. I need to... No worries. I do appreciate you popping in. I figured you've been a whole lot of busy, so I wasn't sure if you'd be popping in this week at all. But I do appreciate it. But yeah, I'll be back again on Friday. Tomorrow's my usual day off. Back to doing the crafty stuff and things. And hopefully see you guys again soon. Bye! I'm gonna set up the thing.